Hello and welcome to this NDTV Sports Live. We are talking to you after the first semi-final. India has finally managed to take that revenge of 2019
Yes.
of I don't know how many other ICC knockouts that we have not managed to cross the line. And more often than not, it was New Zealand who was standing in our way. And this time around, in the semi-final, or should I say, it wasn't a semi-final; it was a Shami final, and and that is basically what it was. An incredible performance from Mohammed Shami. Uh, Guys, I literally am at a loss of words because when you talk about Shami, he wasn't playing in the first couple of matches. It's only by chance that he got into the team. A blessing in disguise when Hardik Pandya got injured, and not I shouldn't really say this, but when you look at Hardik Pandya in this particular team, he's one of those players where the entire plan was revolving around. He was that one all rounder where everything was being rotated around, and that is what we thought at that point when Hardik Pandya got out of the team, that this is going to be the downfall for Team India in this World Cup. But who stepped up? Mohammed Shami, and what a player he has been for India. Firstly, 23 wickets in the World Cup, in the 2023 World Cup. He has crossed 50 wickets mark in his 17 matches, 17 innings that he has played. He is the highest wicket taker in this particular tournament. He is with those 7 wickets in a single match. He now holds the record of the most wickets by a pacer in a World Cup for India. So he has been basically breaking records. And remember, after the match, in his post-match interview, he basically said that I haven't been playing a lot of white ball cricket, and to get that chance, it was obviously by luck, sheer luck, that he managed to get that chance and to capitalize on that in the way he did. It was absolutely phenomenal. And we'll talk about the other aspects and other things that happened in this match. The 58 ton. We'll talk about Shreyas Iyer. We'll talk about the kind of starts that Rohit Sharma has been giving us. But today, it was all about Mohammed Shami.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, the first 4 wickets that India took, Shami was the wicket taker. And one stat that you missed out was this figure of 7 for 57. This is the best ever figure by an Indian bowler in ODIs.
Yeah.
He surpassed. I mean, 7 wickets in any format in an innings is like brilliant. And Shami, each of his balls, it's like he's relentless. It's wicket taking balls. It's not like he's today also. Siraj was a little bit off color. Bumrah initially was not really showing the same magic as he's used to. I mean, as he shows in he showed in earlier matches, but Shami was relentless. He took the wickets. 7 wickets, brilliant. I think going into the final, India have been in several other finals, but this is I think the first time. In fact, not even in 2011 did India look so intimidating going into the final.
Absolutely.
1983,
and a lot of that credit goes to the way we have bowled in this.
Of course. And each of our bowlers, I was saying all our top 5 bowlers. I mean, we bowl with 5 specialist bowlers. Everybody has got more than 12 wickets. So that in itself shows like this is not. I mean, Shami, of course, is the leader of the pack now. We are saying this despite the presence of Jasprit Bumrah, that Shami is the leader of the pack. That
and in any other team, Abhishek, in any other team, if Shami plays for any other team, he would be the one opening the bowling for them. And imagine the kind of quality that India has at this point of time. That
Shami is not a new ball bowler for
exactly.
us.
That Shami is not coming into ball with a new ball, but yet managing to make the kind of impact that he has done. And let's break down his performance, Cheyenne. And I want to talk about this. He comes in at a time when New Zealand are trying to build their innings. They obviously had a plan, and they must have looked at the Afghanistan-Australia match and realized that chasing on the Wankhede wicket, it's not going to be easy. But after a point of time, it does get better. So they did have that in their mind, and they tried to preserve those wickets right at the beginning. But then Mohammed Shami comes, picks those 2 crucial wickets, and that basically their plan of getting to say 80 in the first 10 overs or
Yes.
100 in
I
the
think the
first 10
third and
overs.
fourth wicket are extremely important because we
But
see.
we'll come to that.
Yeah.
We'll come to that. But those two wickets that basically broke the momentum in a
Yes,
way for New
completely,
Zealand right at the
completely.
start.
I think Mohammed Shami really makes you question what pitch was being used before
Yeah,
Mohammed
there-
Shami
there
came
has
into
been-
play.
yeah, there has been so many talks
I think
about
all the
the
questions
pitches,
that are
etc.
here. I think the most practical question to ask is what is Mohammed Shami doing so special that
Yeah.
he looks really different from other bowlers. I think that
Yeah.
is the one question that really needs to be asked to him.
Yeah.
And what are you doing so differently that you get so much movement?
On YouTube you have those videos, those satisfying
Yes,
videos
yes.
or whatever. And when you look at the seam position
Yes,
of Mohammed Shami when
completely.
it leaves his wrist, it is one of those videos where you just feel the kind of pleasure of watching a fast bowler deliver a ball. And the seam
Yes.
position, it just looks amazing, it just looks perfect, it just looks out of the world. We
I
can't
think
really
he's
talk-
also very high on confidence. I think we also have to see how he
Rhythm,
really.
rhythm,
I think he
yeah.
really made that position his own.
Yeah.
Because as you said, he came into the team after a couple of matches. It was not like he was the first choice.
Yeah.
That was playing
Yeah.
into his mind, but
Correct.
he has
And he
been
did mention that.
consistently
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Consistently great for the team. I think third, fifth, 5-wicket haul.
Third 5-wicket haul.
Third 5-wicket haul.
And
Yeah,
like,
first time I think.
and
for
we
an
also
Indian
have to
bowler.
remember
Yeah.
that India have been playing in different grounds. Every match is in a
Correct.
different ground, so
Yeah.
it's not even we can say that wickets have been helpful or condition has been helpful. He has been consistently good for India, and that
Yeah.
really defies pitch conditions, opposition. So we are really looking at a bowler who will perform any given day on any given track. What more can we ask for?
There has been this talk about how India are getting the advantage of a different ball. People are trying to give advantage. India are getting the advantage of a different kind of a pitch and whatnot. But when you look at this bowling, and when you especially look at Shami, uh, it's just unreal that a bowler like that can bowl in a manner on this particular pitch, and the rest of the bowlers can't. And I'm talking about the New Zealand bowlers, or for that matter, the other teams who have quality
Yes.
seam bowlers in their team.
I think the
And yet
conversation
they're-
around Trent Bolt.
Exactly my point. And to see India do the kind, basically bowl the way they have bowled, especially the seamers. I think a lot of people have been mentioning about how this is possibly the best pace attack India has ever had.
Yeah.
And I think we can collectively agree on that, because when you look at all the other ICC tournaments that we have been a part of, there have been instances where one or two players have worked, one or two bowlers have worked, but we
In
didn't really
unison,
work.
yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
think
We
we had
didn't-
ever seen a team which has performed this well all at once.
Yeah,
because,
all five
because
bowlers
if
have
you
to
look
take
at
wickets, yeah.
And Abhishek just mentioned every bowler, every top, all the five bowlers that we have crossed that 10-wicket mark.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that basically talks a lot about how we have bowled collectively as a unit.
Yeah, even in I think 2011 World Cup, which we won, our bowling was not. I mean, this
Yeah,
menacing,
it wasn't. Yeah,
Of course, you had
Yeah,
the likes of
Zahir
Zahir Khan,
was-
Yuvraj Singh also took so many wickets. But this kind of dominance, going into the final. I mean, India are clearly the favorites going into the final. I mean,
Absolutely.
2003 we were the underdogs. 1983 we were the underdogs. 2011, okay. I mean, we were playing in home conditions. There was
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, but still, it was not like India
it
lost
was
the
a-
match.
yeah,
India
it
was
wasn't,
foregone
it wasn't the kind of
conclusion, yeah.
dominance that India has shown
and
in
India
this
were
World Cup.
not unbeaten going into the final.
Exactly.
This time, India
Yeah.
have won 10 matches on the trot to.
And when you look at it,
Yeah.
none of the matches have been a close match
No,
for
not
India.
really.
Even today, after you scored 397 runs, you obviously have the upper hand. And despite the fact that New Zealand played really well in the middle,
Still a 70-run win.
it is still a
70-run win.
70-run win.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
had it not been for that Shreyas Iyer's innings and KL Rahul's innings at the back,
Yeah.
things were not really so smooth because
Yeah.
India scored 397, almost 400.
Yeah.
Had India set a target of 340, 350ish, this innings by New Zealand, that would have looked like really dangerous.
Yeah, talking about that inning and talking about that partnership or 181 run partnership between Daryl Mitchell and Kane Williamson. First of all, you have to give it to Kane Williamson because he's one of those batters that we absolutely love to see play well, and we don't really want him to play well against India. But as a cricket lover, as somebody who loves watching Kane Williamson, I personally can say that he is one of the greatest white ball cricketers, batters that I have seen. And this is what he shows. This is what he does. He understands the situation. He reads it very well. He knows that 2 wickets are down. He needs to build a partnership. He has Daryl Mitchell with him.
Yeah.
And every time I remember this one instance where Daryl Mitchell was facing Ravindra Jadeja, and they had managed to score just 2 runs of that over. Kane Williamson, every other over, manages to hit a boundary to ease that pressure of Daryl Mitchell. And that is the kind of quality that Kane Williamson brings to this team, and is the reason why that 181 run partnership between Kane Williamson and Daryl Mitchell is so important in the context of what New Zealand were doing at that point of time, and is the reason why I want to come back to Mohammed Shami. And when he came back, got that really crucial wicket of Kane Williamson. Was that the turning point of the match?
I think it was more than anything a huge relief for him.
Because he dropped
the catch.
Yeah.
I think Mohammed Shami,
and they were playing batting with a plan. The required run rate was over 10, over almost 11. But it never looked like these two guys, Kane Williamson and Daryl Mitchell, they panicked.
Exactly,
they clearly had a plan.
And
at one point of time, you could see when the spinners were not effective, Rohit Sharma, he was getting a bit agitated with the kind of fielding. Fielding was not really good today. He was kind of getting agitated. He brought in strike bowler in Jasprit Bumrah in the middle overs. Those kind of signals, it really shows that, well, India is slowly, maybe not under pressure, but really they are getting concerned that what are these two guys doing. And in that context, as you said, Shami breaking that partnership was so crucial. He's getting you breakthroughs. That's the most important thing.
And we always have had Jasprit Bumrah as the go-to bowler whenever Rohit Sharma needed a wicket. And this time around, it was Mohammed Shami. He got the wicket of Kane Williamson. He then gets the wicket of Tom Latham, another dangerous batsman for New Zealand. And from then on, the match literally changed because
I think just taking a cue from what he said, I think a 340 target will be a completely different game right now.
Let's talk about that. Because India's batting.
Yes, you were talking about Kane Williamson and how he paced his innings. It was great, but we also have to remember it was a chase which was nearly 400. So even 2 wickets and 3 good overs will really spell doom for a team. I think that's what happened. As you said, wicket 3 and wicket 4 was the end of the match in some ways, because it was a lot of pressure on Daryl Mitchell. And sad to say that Glenn Maxwell is not happening every day. That one innings is not going to be repeated every day. So,
Agree.
So I think Daryl Mitchell at one point just looked like you will have to hit 2 sixes every over. That's not easy.
That's not possible.
And I think
that's true.
I think again, credit to Shreyas Iyer. I think beautiful innings from Virat Kohli. There's no question about it. But I think if there is that one point we can talk about what gave India the edge, is those last 5-7 overs. How they scored so many runs and really just took the total to that psychological point of 390-400. That really puts you somewhere, right?
And this is important in the context of the match, because when you look at that chase by New Zealand, and Abhishek very rightly pointed out that had it been a 340 chase or a 350 chase, they would have gone for it. They would have definitely gone for it, and they would have made sure that they come very, very close to the target.
I don't think they would have panicked as
exactly. They
were
really
165 odd at around 26 overs. And Daryl Mitchell and Kane Williamson both were batting. So if you put it like 340, then that's like almost chaseable,
Yes.
right? I mean, in
Yes.
this age where
Yeah.
where big totals are being chased, T20
There
two
was a
set
time.
batters.
There was a time when 280 was a par score.
Yeah,
Now
300
it
was
is-
like brilliant.
Yeah, 300 was brilliant. Now it is 320 and
most
340 is
I think
a par
90%
score.
of teams never won
Yeah.
when they were chasing 300.
Yeah. And now
Now
it
it's
is now
completely changed.
it is a completely different game. 320, 330 is a par score.
Mhm.
Wherever you play, and to get beyond 350, I think
Yeah.
that was a great batting performance by India. And to get to 397,
Yeah.
I think that basically sealed the deal for India in the
Yes.
first innings. Despite the fact that there were fightbacks from New Zealand,
I think this is one point that whichever team, South Africa or Australia, comes in the final, they will try to cash in on, because they'll know that India, we were talking about this, that India doesn't have any backup bowler.
Yes.
Once you are not in wickets today, Shami, of course, like went out of the way, 7 wickets. Not every day does one take 7 wickets. In fact,
Yeah.
in Indian ODI history, this is the first time that
Yeah.
a bowler has taken
Yeah.
7 wickets. So India, if you can keep them at bay for some time, there will be a point in time where Indian bowlers will be under pressure, because India doesn't have any other bowler to go
Yes.
fall back upon.
Yeah.
And 390 also, I mean, of course, India doing really well. Kohli is scoring centuries at will. Rohit Sharma is giving you fast starts. Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, they are doing great in the middle over. But if somehow one of these 3-4 collapses or gets out for maybe 50-60 also, like,
Yeah.
so that is one point that the rivals might want
I
to
think
cash
I
in
think
on.
I would just
I
like
think-
to point out a very interesting point that
Yeah.
that we have been doing YouTube lives from the first match, and I think we have been speaking about this from the first match, that the day we face a mini collapse, India will not be able to recover.
But I think-
we just are not facing that mini collapse.
But
Yeah.
I think you also have to give credit to the way India has approached it.
Completely, yeah.
Completely. It's
when you look at
everybody has stepped up.
exactly, and to have top 5 batters in your team among runs and consistently making
Yeah.
those runs for you. Even if one person doesn't make runs on that particular given day, you have 4 players who are
Yeah,
going to do the job for
completely.
you, and that is the luxury that Rohit Sharma has in this team, and is the reason possibly why Rohit Sharma has modeled his game in a way where he can go out,
Yes,
express himself,
yes.
attack, and doesn't have to
Yeah, I
really
mean,
worry about.
he actually is not thinking about personal milestones or something
Exactly,
like
yeah.
that. Sunil Gavaskar, he pointed out today was a day, the way he was going, maybe he missed out on a century also, the way he
Yeah.
was going, but he did
Yeah.
not think about that. And this is not this match alone, in earlier
Yes.
matches also. In fact, I think it was on that slow pitch, where everybody was falling, I think against
Yeah,
England, or
I think against England.
yeah, he was the
yeah.
one who did really well, and that is today also statistically, maybe nobody will talk about Rohit Sharma's innings because we have 2 centurions, but the kind of start that Rohit Sharma is giving,
I think also
Yeah, that has
I
basically
think
laid the
I
platform
think his
for
strike
India.
rate will really
Yeah,
keep him
yeah.
apart.
And
when
that
we
is
look
the
at his
reason
scoreboard.
why the likes of Virat Kohli, who obviously has been given this role where he comes in, takes his time,
Anchors.
builds
He
that
basically
inning, builds the
anchors
sheet
the
anchor of
innings. Yeah,
this
yeah.
particular team, and gets about doing that business for India. But you rightly mentioned, when you lay the platform for your team, like Rohit Sharma has been doing, he basically takes the pressure off even Shubman Gill for that matter.
Of course.
Despite the fact that we know the kind of destructive nature that Shubman Gill has when it comes to batting, and we have seen that time and again. And for somebody like Rohit Sharma to come and take away all the pressure from all the rest of the batters of India, I think it basically gives the confidence to everyone that okay, we have somebody like Rohit Sharma who is going to do his job, who is going to get us a great start, who is going to make sure that we have 80 odd runs or 100 odd runs in 10 overs, 12 overs, and we can then build upon that foundation. And that is the reason why Virat Kohli has been doing phenomenally
Yes.
well. And kudos to Virat Kohli as well, because look at the occasion. Look at where he is playing at in
I think
front of
perfect ground, perfect crowd,
perfect ground,
perfect
perfect crowd,
innings.
perfect innings, perfect spectator.
Yes.
His hero sitting in the crowd, and when you look at that celebration, there are multiple things happening in that celebration in that 10-5 second period.
Yes.
The first one is the sense of relief when he goes and
Yes.
punches the air. he just sits on the ground because he has that sense of relief and completion.
Yes, it's finally done.
Yeah, that it's done and I can move on from here. Plus, he also recognizes the fact that look, somebody who laid that foundation for India when we were nobody when it came to cricket. He was the one who made it possible for all of us. He's sitting right there in front of me. He's the reason why I play cricket today. He's my hero. I'm going to bow down to him. And all of that. This is a roller coaster of emotion that is going on in that 10 seconds. Moment, and that basically speaks a lot about how cricket it's not just a sports story. It is a life story when it comes to
I think also simultaneously when he bowed down to Sachin, I think the country also bowed down to him.
I
think it was truly a moment when you recognize. I think all of us at some point must have thought that okay, Sachin has done it. Surely this can't be done again.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
We are looking at a player who has been there, done it, and I don't think it's over.
It is not over.
Looking at his fitness,
it is not
over.
At
his form,
he might well go on to score more than 100 centuries. I mean,
we are not even sure where he will stop.
Yeah, that is also true. He still has 80 centuries at this moment.
Yeah.
We don't know if that 100 century is going to come, but looking at what you're saying, Shine, the kind of fitness that he has, the kind of drive that he has, and the kind of love that he has for the sport, I think he is going to carry on for at least 3-4 more years. And
I mean, there's no reason, right?
Never know.
With the way,
and you never know.
2-3 years, I don't think. There's no question.
Surely he will play the 2025 Champions Trophy.
For sure.
We can with this kind of fitness and form, I mean, why would he want to leave, right?
Imagine if he keeps the kind of fitness that he has.
Who knows?
Who knows if he goes on to play the next World Cup as well? We don't know. We really don't know. But
isn't that the dream?
That would be a dream. That would be a dream. But talking about the other Indian batters, Shubman Gill, he came back. He's basically coming back from after suffering from dengue, and he has lost at least 4 to 5 kgs of muscle mass, and we saw basically in this particular match what happened after a point of time. He started cramping, and he basically was pointing out to the physio that the pain is starting from here and it's moving towards moving down to the knee, etc. And that basically tells you the kind of it's intensely grueling. A format like this, 9 matches. Rohit Sharma mentioning that this could have been at least 2 or 3 bilateral series, but 9 matches for somebody to sustain that fitness. I think there would come a point where your body will start telling you that, look, take it easy. But when you look at the fitness of these guys, you see the likes of Shubman Gill and you see the likes of Virat Kohli. I think it is just one of those occasions where he might have just felt something, and I think he's going to be absolutely fine for the next match as well.
I think it was great to see him return for that one over. I think it also gives a clear indication of the drive in this team. Let's face it, there was no need for Shubman Gill to come at that time. Even the fans would not have said anything if Shubman Gill was not the batter coming. But he decided to come even for over. We have to really commend that gesture made by the player that he went out retired hurt and he decided that no, he really wants to finish his innings. I think this team really shows in every player you can see how much they want to win. And I think at the end of the day, maybe that can be the deciding factor. Besides form, of course.
Besides form and quality of this particular team, and I think you very rightly mentioned that it's the drive that these players have, all of them, starting from the top till the bottom. And despite the fact that Siraj dropped a catch in the last match and Shami dropped a catch in this match, but
I think Shami has more than enough. He has done more than enough for us to never talk about that.
Right.
No, absolutely. Let's also talk about Shreyas Iyer. What a phenomenal player he has been turning out to be. Coming into this tournament, he wasn't at the best of his fitness. He was, and kudos to the team management for persisting with Shreyas Iyer, for persisting with the likes of KL Rahul and Bumrah, for that matter. uh, they really had a plan. They knew this is the player they needed for that particular position, and this is what this is what is expected of this particular player, and he has shown that quality. The last match he hit 100. This match. Uh,
He did not
this
let the momentum die down, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this match
when
is-
a
I think
and the more
there was
important-
some record, right, of a, I think middle order batter.
middle order batter, I think
Yeah,
he is the,
he's the-
he
the
has scored
highest,
the
I
most
think.
number of runs.
I think he's the only
at
middle
or
number
order
number
batter
4 or number
of a
lower.
number 5.
Yeah.
He
of a
scored
number
500
4.
plus runs.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's quite something.
Yeah.
When you look at it, I think Shreyas Iyer came into the tournament with a lot of questions. And I think Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, KL Rahul, these players really make you understand that if we cannot keep changing the team composition.
Absolutely,
I think the constant conversation that keeps going, that we need to make tweaks and we need to make changes. I think Shreyas Iyer, the team management put their trust in Shreyas Iyer, and he has really answered. He's really delivered. So I think we are looking at a team where before the tournament we were all questioning who will work for us, where can we play. I think number 4, number 5.
Yeah. The
And now,
number four was the
I
big
think we
question for India.
constantly question who will play number 4. I
Yeah.
don't think there is any question right
There
now.
is no question at all. The way India has played in this particular tournament, all the players fighting, all the batters firing all cylinders. You have the likes of Siraj and Shami and Bumrah making the difference with the new ball. You have the likes of Kuldeep and Jadeja coming and spinning the web for
course.
India. I think it has been a complete domination
I think
when it comes
I
to
have a final question for you.
yeah.
Do you think this confidence that India has can negate probably the pressure that may come with a final against Australia?
I don't really think so. I don't really think India is going to be under pressure when they are playing the finals.
Do you think
The reason
Australia may pressure with
I think
them?
I think just like this particular match, there I feel the semi-final against New Zealand was a bigger match than
Agreed.
the final
Agreed.
because you look at it, look at the history of
Yes.
this contest. You are up against your bogey team
Yeah.
when it comes to the ICC
Never,
tournament.
never won.
We have never
won.
crossed
This
the
is
line
first
when
time.
it comes
Yes.
to New Zealand. We have lost 4 semi-finals in the last 7-8 years, and 3 of them lost one World Test Championship final against New Zealand. So 3 matches where they have knocked us out in the knockout stages. So you obviously have that in the back
Of
of
course.
your
Of
back
course.
of your mind, despite the fact that many of the players were not part of those tournaments, were not
Yes.
part of those matches. But
I think that also helps, right?
that
Because Rohit Sharma said
it did. But at the same time, you cannot negate the kind of pressure that
Of course.
the team carries, because the talks around that match would always go back to 2019, would always go back to how they were beaten by New Zealand in the World Test Championship final.
Yes.
So to overcome that mentally, I think it was a bigger victory for India, and this is the reason why I feel India will be much more confident going into the final,
True.
knowing that they have beaten New Zealand, their bogey team, in the semi-final,
right
and
now
have
they will
broken
be
the jinx.
overwhelming
Yeah,
favorites.
and they have broken that jinx, and they would be really hoping the 19th comes as soon as possible,
That is true.
because that's the kind of confidence that these players are going to be carrying into that match. And
Who
remember,
would you rather face, South Africa or Australia?
I'm okay with facing South Africa or Australia either
But
way.
that's the easy
But-
one, right?
No, but see, the thing is, Australia, and this is important because Australia has it whenever it comes to an ICC tournament, it just transforms
Yes,
into a completely different beast. They might not be playing the best of cricket otherwise,
They're a very changed team,
but
and
whenever
when the occasion arises,
yeah,
yes.
but whenever the occasion rises, they basically stand up and say, okay, we are the team to beat, and this is what they have shown in this particular tournament as well. Apart from New Zealand, they are the only team that has caused havoc in the entire tournament, and to face them in the final, I think it is going to be a great challenge. And South Africa, on the other hand, they have been playing tremendous cricket
Yes.
in this
Yes.
in this World Cup. They have been possibly, after India, the most consistent team in this
Yes.
tournament.
A really
Of course,
dangerous batting line.
exactly. And when you look at the venue, it is going to be the final is going to be happening in Ahmedabad. You know the kind of pitch that is going to be on offer. There are going to be a lot of runs scored in that ground,
and that can be big for South Africa.
And that can first. Exactly, and that is the fear that a lot of fans will be having. So the thing is, with India being in the kind of form that they are in at this point of time, I think they would be willing to take on either Australia or South Africa, irrespective of whoever comes to the final. I feel India needs to do what they have been doing throughout this tournament, and that is all they need to be concerned with. They will manage to cross the line against whoever comes in the final, and we are all confident that it is going to happen on 19th of November. India, hopefully, fingers crossed, will lift that trophy.
And please join us for the entire coverage of the final and all the matches before that. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good night.